Alright, what up, yo? We gotta jump right into it today. I'm running low on time for this episode. That'll be done soon, but I'm gonna have to make a ton of more episodes. So, geez. Today we're gonna focus in on Flo and myself and some of the matches. Let's look into that right now, though.
At all? No. God damn, I'm speaking hard.
Alright, as you saw in the last episode, Flo came out hot, man. Real freaking hard. Jeez. I want to really go into detail on how Flo did today. I think him and Jamal probably had like most like time in the trenches award for like dudes that just had a ton of matches, but I got a lot of Flo's film. He really crushed it. Let's kind of look at some of it. I'm going to go into a couple things. He ends up fighting some D1 wrestler. He ends up fighting, you know, some of the best dudes, and he really did great. So let's look at that now. Alright, Flo ends up getting all these barn burners with just big hulky moves, and it's actually amazing to watch. You never know what's gonna happen. Jeez. So he ends up doing really good in his division. He ends up actually though getting third place, and then that qualifies him to go into the Open. And I mean, a blue belt Open, you guys know that could be a ton of matches. He ends up getting into the quarterfinals, and this is a Division 1 wrestler, man. These guys wrestled it out the whole time. Flo ends up getting a takedown on the edge. Flo ends up winning. He makes it up to the next round of the Open, and he's just doing wild, crazy wrestling moves, and they're working amazing. So he ends up doing awesome here as well.
Gotta get the back. Think about your side rise too. Yes! Yes! One minute! Control his legs, stay low, don't let him under you. Again. Fakes, grips, get your grips. Slide bys. Think about your arm drag slide by. Start at the wrist. Good. We got head up singles. Score on those. You can lift off that guillotine too.
Alright, Flo's in the finals of the Open class for blue belt. So he's getting first or second in the world's Open class big. We've told him probably like 8 times before this match has started. Watch the guillotine. Jamal had to fight this guy twice today on this day. So we kind of had seen him fight already, and we knew he was down. But, you know, Flo has a super strong neck, and we've always thought it's very hard to finish him in that submission. So let's look now how that played out for the bro. Yeah, bro, this guy finished it. It's hard to see, but this guy's all arms. This guy that finished him. If you had stats, you could put stats in like chest, legs, arms. This dude put it all in arms, and it worked out good. He got on the neck, dude. Finished it. That was crazy. We were all, you know, surprised. I think Flo was most surprised. I was super surprised as well, but It was a hard-fought battle, and we couldn't be more proud.
No, I thought you were home. Honestly, oh, dude, it feels like when you just start a match, you just get hit and armed.
See, like
I just got hit and armed.
Like Couch used to get guillotined all the time, and then no one could guillotine him no more. You're paying your dues.
That was his move, though. Like, no
Yeah.
one does me either.
I agree.
That was his
I was telling them, like, I think I psyched you out because I guillotined you hard and you get out and just thought you could, like.
But he jumped it.
But you all fought them in their weight. Yeah, boys!
Alright, this is where the weekend took a turn for the worse for me. If you'll look at what this is right here, this is the heavyweight match. The finals, I think. That's the coach of the heavyweight Pan Am champ. He's fighting Cyborg. Those are two, like, of the heaviest hitters in the freaking room battling out for the heavyweight champ. Well, I had a good draw for the most part in my division until I made it to the semis, and that's where I caught Sanji Romero. Jeez, if you ever know anything about jiu-jitsu, or, you know, this dude's like the GOAT. He's really good. And I kind of had talked to Matt, and Matt was like, did you see your weight? And I was like, no. And he was like, did you see who's in it? And I was like, no. And he was like, Sanji Romero. And I was like, jeez. So I don't care. Like, I knew it was gonna be, you know, like, obviously I like went and YouTube the homie and see him fighting in like ADCCs and big matches, and you know, I think he is a legend, and he's obviously the best dude I've probably ever fought, and he really fought me on my feet hard, and you know, fought me on the ground hard, and was really just, you know, one of the best dudes in the world. And I'd say he's like a final boss of jiu-jitsu, and I had to fight him, and it was going pretty good, I think, like, as far as the start, but then, you know, anything can happen in a match, and this guy obviously is really good, but I think we put a lot of time into our takedowns and using them to, like, score and position ourselves, and this guy was insane. Every time I'd take him down, he would get right back up, and I could kind of tell it was just a little bit different than most people. Yeah, so driving to the event, I kind of, like, I don't know, try to tell myself that, like, if I lose, it'd probably be like an armbar or something, and I would just let my arm go and try to just pull out and deal with a broken arm, or, you know, hyperextended arm, and I could probably win big matches if, you know, I start out really good and just finish really strong. So my, like, match starting is awesome. I'm doing great as far as, like, my wrestling, my, like, countering the guard sit, like, kind of my motion, but I end up getting beat by points by the homie here. It's a really good match. I'm doing well. This is my first time fighting him ever, and I had matches before and was worn out and sore, but we're having a good match. I'm fighting like one of the best dudes ever to do jiu-jitsu with a stupid mustache. And then he gets a sit-up sweep on me, and this is my inevitable end. He slowly ends up racking some points up. We kind of know, like, ooh, not where I want to be, so it is what it is. He ends up beating me pretty good by a bunch of scores. Well, I sign up to do the open, and I have to fight him again in the open class, so I obviously am feeling way better this time, but obviously we probably both are, so I'm like way more hyped up to fight in this match. I'm feeling way better. So in the first match, there was a time when we were tied up in an over-under, and I hit a like a leg trip, and I really felt like, ooh, this was a good position for me as far as the over-under. And I felt like that's a position I like. So whenever we got into that position, I felt strong there. Well, later on in this match, I end up getting back into that position, but my wrestling's doing good. Like, I'm really happy with how my takedowns are. I need to counter these guard sits, so like I missed that one. I had already countered one or two before, if you've seen, but that one was a bummerino. Definitely dropped the ball. So I don't know, this is kind of a wild match for me because I know, like, obviously this guy's really good and experienced, and you know, I already fought him once in the day and he beat me, so I'm fighting him a second time. I'm up by 2 advantages, so that's amazing. Last time I fought him, I think I was up by 1 advantage to start out for a few minutes, you know, and this is what I need to inevitably not allow or give up, is like the close guard or the guard, but it is really draining. I'd say the advantage for me was like living in Dallas and the tournament being pretty close to Dallas. That helped out a lot. Just it still was kind of a lot to be there many days, let alone like the whole time. You know, you could spend 5-6 hours just sitting here chilling or whatever. So it was a little bit weird fighting, just like nerves and being like a big tournament, but I was really happy with how, you know, myself and the team did. Like, we're putting a lot of hours into certain parts of our training, and I could definitely see where we're doing well. Alright, this is where I like make or break myself. I, you know, feel good on my feet wrestling and takedowns, and I feel like we're doing well. I felt like under over was a strong position for me, and I still am doing really good in this match. I just need to not let my arm get broken. Cool, it didn't happen, but right here, me and this guy, I go for a big lateral throw because I think we're out of bounds and I think I'm gonna land it, and it would have been amazing, but I ended up not getting it. But it would have been amazing. Jeez. Ooh, hard pill to swallow. Instead, I thought they were gonna just give us an out of bounds. Maybe he gets an advantage and we start back up, but they gave him 2. That really hurts. And then we restart in that same position, which is really bad for me. Jeez, Reno. And I had gotten my COVID shot and been getting those bad earaches. So eventually, I think the bro ends up getting to my back and he hits me in the jaw. Like a jaw crank, and my jaw pops once, and I'm like, huh, that didn't feel good. So I tap out. I think I would have been able to like give up like arm or shoulder or like neck. There's a clip somewhere, I'll post it maybe in the next video, of my like shoulder. I got hit in the shoulder lock and it for sure went very far, and I just got out and was like, yeah. But I don't know where the clip is for that, so I'll find that. But yeah, this is inevitable. I know I need to get back to my feet once he pinned me down. Like, I'm very strong standing, not as strong with the dude on top of me. So I'm trying to get back up, but inevitably I give up bad positions in the act of getting up, and I eventually have my jaw getting just a ton of pressure, and I feel it pop once, and I'm like, huh, is it worth it? And I realized my jaw is not worth it. I'm gonna for sure be using it a lot, multiple times a day, like eating that. I think the arm for me, like, they get hurt for like a few days and they're okay, but the jaw, that's not gonna be cool. I really need my jaw, but we end up going out of bounds, and I know I have to like explode up or get away, but they keep resetting us. And this was as crazy as I felt that like people could get real tight on the reset, and there was a couple times where I wasn't ready. Just, you know, like we do these positional sparrings a lot. It's just it's a little different in live when the dude is like fully flexed from the reset. You're like, whoa. But right here, yeah, he squeezes me pretty tight, and I'm like, ooh, pop, huh? How bad is that? Pretty bad. So yeah, I had to fight this guy twice today. That was the second time, and felt way better in the second match. I ended up getting finished in the second match, but it was really good. I can't be upset, you know. We had really good matches, and the team fought hard, so I'm hyped, dude. Oh god, I'm out of time. Jeez.